Hey guys, Merry Meet and welcome to, this is the April Arwen tag. I had so much fun doing the Tarot Tag 15 that when Arwen Lynch did another Tarot Tag, I knew I had to be a part of it. So, I'm really excited about that. And apparently she's got plans to do them monthly for an entire year. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to try to take part as much as possible. So, let me see. So I'm just going to launch into it. What is your primary reason for pulling out the cards? I have two primary reasons for pulling out the cards. I love doing readings for other people. I've loved doing long, drawn out readings for myself. But for the most part, I do a daily pull. And so I have my Great Unknown, or I can't believe I just lost the Wild Unknown. I can't believe I just totally forgot the name. So I have the Wild Unknown Tarot that I use every day. And I pull out a single card just to be, aware of what I need to know for the day. So that is the primary reason. But also for my Bewitching the Cards videos, I have, I think, 8 decks now that I use. And I kind of compare the cards across all of those decks. So really those two are the reasons why I pull out my decks. I wish I was doing more readings, but when I'm done with my Bewitching the Cards readings, videos, then I'll be able to do more readings. So, number 2, do you use tarot in any other way besides readings? And I do. I use them in ritual. I will have like a card that I focus on or that I meditate on during ritual. I have also used them for writing. When I'm just completely stuck and I'm not sure where a story needs to go, I pull a card and see if it has some clue as to what should happen next in my story. So, tarot cards they're amazing. It's really just a set of symbols, and actually, I'm going to come back to that later. If you use tarot in your magical practice, can you give some examples? Sure. Actually, I just did a video where I made some prosperity incense and made a prosperity mojo bag. And I had the Knight of Pentacles from 5 different decks kind of arrayed behind my working space so I could kind of look at them and just be inspired by them and kind of soak up that energy and hope that that energy kind of infused my spell work as well. So yeah, so very often it is a question of which tarot card is accurate for what I want to do, what I want to accomplish, and then I'll have that tarot card out when I'm doing my spell work. So, number 4, how do I explain tarot when someone asks me? I don't have a lot of people who ask me. Usually if they know me, they're the kind of people who already know what tarot is anyways. I tend to hang out with people who are kind of metaphysically aware or pagan, or people who know very well what the tarot is. If somebody did ask me, if somebody truly didn't know, I would just say that it is a system of symbols, a system of archetypes in pictorial form that you can access to open your mind to the possibilities of a situation that you can use to tell a story, basically, about a situation. They kind of tap into the circumstances that we find ourselves in as human beings and allow you to kind of see the situation in a different way and make decisions and take action on the things in your life that you need help with. So, let's see. What is my favorite spread to use and why? I've got a lot of favorite spreads, but the one that I really love, that I'm really exploring, and I'm kind of exploring this in a seasonal context, it started out as a 9-card reading, okay? 3, 3, and 3, right? Where it was body, mind, and soul. Okay, so you would read the 3 cards. That would be the state of your body, state of your mind, state of your soul, etc. Well, then I kind of I added a 4th row for emotions. And I think, emotions it's kind of meant to fall under mind, but the way that you think and the way that you feel are very often very different. So it went from being a 9-card spread to being a 12-card spread. Okay, so I've got 4 rows: body, mind, soul, emotions. All right. Then, because I can't leave things alone, I started pulling an oracle card for each row. So it went from being a 12-card spread to a 16-card spread. All right. And that's kind of where it's going to stay, where, say for body, you can read the 3 cards, and then your special guidance is the oracle card. Okay. Or that kind of gives you the perspective to look at it. It kind of gives an overview of how these tarot cards will manifest for you, that sort of thing. But I use it different for each season. So in the spring, I have been using it for how can I blossom. Okay, and so each card means something different. And, it's just something I want to explore. I have not created the spread for summer, autumn, or winter yet. But, like in autumn, it will be, what can I harvest? In winter, it will be, how can I best retreat? In summer, it will be, how can I grow and expand? That sort of thing. So 16-card reading. That is my favorite. That's what I'm playing with a lot right now. I've also been doing this Universal Oneness spread that I found on Eclectic Tarot that uses all 78 cards of the deck. And it is grueling, but it's really fun. I'm enjoying it, so. Alrighty, number 6. Now, this one was actually a little tough. I liked Arwen's answer, and I kind of had the exact same thought, but I decided to go a little bit different. Name a famous currently living person who embodies the Hermit, Star, or Justice card. Yeah, I mean, we can look at the Star card, and we can look at celebrities. We can look at people, that we look up to. Stephen Hawking would be great for the Star card because he is literally constantly looking to the stars, and he has so much hope for humanity and for where science can take us, and that's brilliant. I don't know, but I really wanted to use the Hermit. I wanted to find someone who was famous and yet also embodied the Hermit. So I thought about it, and then when I came up with this person, it kind of... He works for the Hermit, he works for the Star as well. I don't know, I've always just been fascinated with him. And that is Viggo Mortensen. He's the one who played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. And I love him because he's an actor. He's a very accomplished actor. He has great range. He's played several different roles. He is also a painter. He's a poet. He has a publishing company that he has created for, small press for people to get published that might have trouble otherwise. I believe he's a musician as well. Yeah. Yeah, he is a musician. I'm actually looking at his page right now. Because I had to remember everything that he did, and he does everything. So, he's not... He didn't kind of embrace the Hollywood life like a lot of stars would, where they, are going to all the parties and everything. He also has this drive to create that goes beyond a drive to find fame, if that makes sense. So he's very creative, and you have to have a rich internal life for that to happen. So the Hermit kind of worked for him, because again, he's not like super in the public eye. I don't get the sense that he cares about that. He is just more about creating. But he can also represent the Star as well, because he is constantly striving. He's got that goal. He's got that ideal of something that he wants to create. And the Star to me is a very creative card like that, because it reminds me a lot of that divine inspiration, that spark of the urge to make something beautiful. Does that make sense? So yeah, so Viggo Mortensen, he's just a super interesting guy. I just think he's really cool, and he could really embody both of those cards. So, let's see. Have I ever read in a crowded, noisy, chaotic environment? How did it go for me? Yes. When I was a teenager, late teenager, early 20s, I used to play live action vampire. If any of you are familiar with tabletop gaming, and it was a lot of fun. It was this crowd of, me and all my nerdiest friends, LARPing, basically. But I was really bad at roleplay, and nobody would really teach me. Nobody would show me how it was done. So I would just go, I would take my tarot cards and give readings. And the game masters would tell me, okay, you need to tell so-and-so that this thing is going to happen. And I would do that. So that was a lot of fun, but that was more like theater than actual reading. I didn't get to actually give readings like I wanted to. However, last year at DragonCon 2016, my friend runs the paranormal track, and she had the idea that on Friday morning, first morning of con, that she would have a few of us give readings to con goers in this panel. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever, I'll give a couple readings, no big deal. Well, there were two of us that showed up to give readings, and there were probably 200 people in the room. It was crazy. It was really wild. So it was like boom, boom, boom. I was giving 3-card readings. It was very fast. The first guy did not give him a great reading. He didn't seem, my dog's trying to get in, he didn't seem very open to it, but like every reading after that was really good. And I kind of made some friends from that experience, who, I talked to on Facebook. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And like, seriously, it was 200 people. It was an onslaught. It was just people just lined up for each of our tables, and we just started reading like crazy. Also, we had a third person in the audience who just happened to read and happened to have her cards with her. So we enlisted her, and she did readings too. So it was the most fun, but it was definitely trial by fire tarot. So I don't know, I had fun with that. Number 8, do I do any type of ritual before I read? No, I just, I try to center myself. I try to ground and center myself, and, usually I'll have a candle lit. When I'm doing, I do most things here at my desk, and I, try to clear off the space and try to light a candle, maybe light some incense, but more to me it's about the breathing, the grounding, the centering, the just putting myself in the right headspace. But I don't do any specific ritual. I do make sure that I always have the same stones. I have another video where I explained the stones that I always have when I'm doing readings, and they are for each of my matron deities, so they're always there. But no real ritual per se. Sometimes I'll grab a couple rocks that are appropriate for the reading. That's mostly it. Okay, here's the one I've been shuffling. Draw a card to answer what is my next best step universe. So, what is my next best step universe? And this one's kind of jumping out. The Hermit. Damn it. I don't want to be the Hermit. I don't want to... I don't know. I kind of just got over this. I got over kind of a depression, really. Yeah, I mean, I have been really down, and, I have seasonal depression, so that happens anyways. I have been down, but, I mean, it kind of makes sense, because when I get out of that, I go a little crazy, and I have been crazy. I've been doing, I've been making friends on Facebook, I've been posting all these videos, I've been doing all this stuff. I'm recording like 5 or 6 videos a week and trying to schedule them ahead. So I've really been very active, and this, these do take a little bit of work. So yeah, I've scheduled some things ahead. So I guess I just need to take a break. I need to like stop and kind of integrate all the things that I've learned from having done all these videos. I was going to try to take on some other project. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just chill for a while. And I actually... My husband is getting Final Fantasy 15, and I kind of have this weird thing with video games where if I start playing them, I get really obsessive about them, and I just get completely absorbed in them. And I was like, you know, I could use that. I've been working really hard. I need kind of like just a week to just sit and play video games. I was like, no, I've got other things I need to do, and I don't know, maybe maybe I need to play video games and like be a little out of touch. Yeah, because nobody burns me out like I burn myself out. I'm a Capricorn. We have workaholic tendencies, and yeah, maybe I need to take a break. I don't know. This is a good thing. I'm not taking this as a bad thing. Just not what I was expecting to hear. I was expecting you need to do more work. You need to work harder. You need to make shit happen for yourself. But the Hermit, I have really ruined a lot of things by overworking myself and then just burning completely out. So, yeah. So I'm going to finish my Bewitching the Cards videos, and I'm going to get real absorbed in a video game, I think. So, it's a good message. Thanks, universe. Thanks. All right. Number 10, last question. How do you think you can personally improve your reading skills? I have been studying the cards, like, you know, I've read for a long time, but I referred to books, and I, you know, didn't really try to absorb the messages. Like, there are some that you're always going to pick up. You're always going to feel some dread when you see the Three of Swords, for example. And, like, the Major Arcana has been easy to learn. Like, you always know what the Tower means or what, you know, the Devil means, that sort of thing. But as far as the Minor Arcana, I have been studying them and trying to remember, you know, the symbols and trying to really absorb the meanings. And I have. I've actually been dreaming about tarot quite a lot. I think the best thing that I could do to improve my reading skills is to do sample readings. You know, just spend like every day just because like I know what the individual card meanings tend to be now. But I could stand to like draw 2 cards and see what the relationship between those cards is, okay, or 3 cards, and see how the 3 of them relate, as opposed to boom, 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 this meaning and this meaning and this meaning, see how that tells a story. So kind of connecting. And it's kind of funny because I can do that for friends. I do that for friends just fine when I'm giving a reading for someone else, but not for myself. Like, I get really bogged down in what the meaning of the card is. To the point that I don't really pay attention to, you know, I lose the forest for the trees. So, yeah, so that's something I could work on. And also just trusting my intuition, you know, more so than, you know, this is what this card means. Just seeing what the deeper meaning is behind the card. I could work more on that, so that's it. Yeah, I mean, I know you're supposed to tag people in these. I'm going to tag Arya because I want her to do videos so bad. She's going to, but she's a little hesitant. So Arya, you're tagged, and really anyone else. Like, if you see this and you want to do this tag, you should totally do this tag. So that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and blessed be. Bye-bye.